Hello my fellow FNAF fans, and welcome back to another theory video. So recently, the first Tales of the Pizzaplex book came out on July 19, and I finally got around to reading all of the stories in it. My favorite, and probably the most important story-wise, was the first epilogue, but I promise not to give spoilers here. I think that this book, all three of them, had excellent stories, and I think they all work when piecing together more and more things about the games, since the novels are indeed canon to the games, or at least the Tales of the Pizzaplex ones are. However, while I could give my theories on all three of these in one video, I specifically want to focus on one of the stories, which to me has the most important revelations about the lore. This story is also very controversial in the FNAF series, where some people hate it and some people love it. I'm definitely in the group of people that love this story, and I thought it was definitely the most interesting to read. That story is Under Construction. Now before I start this video clearly has spoilers. If you have not read these stories yet, don't worry, you don't need to go out and buy the book for $7 to keep up. Instead, you can go to Ozone's Audiobooks on YouTube, which has the text and someone reading to the story to you for free. So if you want to avoid spoilers and start reading, I highly recommend it, and we'll put a link in the description. But anyways guys, let's get started with Under Construction. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right into it. So the center of the story stars Maya, who has a birthday at the Pizzaplex. The first thing to note about this story is that it takes place probably at least a year before the events of Security Breach, since there's apparently a roller coaster inside the Pizzaplex, which I highly suspect to be the quote-unquote real-life version of Pirate Ride from Curse of Dreadbear in the FNAF series. Anyway, Maya's friend Jackson had told her about a new AR experience that had been recently installed in the Pizzaplex, and what it's supposed to do is give you an insane experience where anyone who steps into it gets to have the entire Pizzaplex wishing you a happy birthday. This excites Maya a lot, since she never used to have a huge birthday party like that. However, when Maya and her friends are finished eating their pizza, they go over to the AR experience, and only to find that it is still under construction. Maya is furious at Jackson for giving her false hope, and Jackson feels terrible. However, Maya decides to enter anyway, since the security of the area was really weak. Maya has her experience with the AR machine, which absolutely mesmerizes her. Once she's finished, she feels fantastic, and she decides to finish out her birthday at the Pizzaplex. However, as the story goes along, more and more crazy things start happening to Maya's world. Her grandma starts developing cancer, and as time goes along, her entire family develops cancer as if it's spreading like a disease. And if you know about how cancer works, one thing you absolutely know about it is that it's not contagious, and it's only very lightly hereditary. Maya also continues to experience new quote-unquote doll-like people that come into the world. And trust me, these things are wacky. They're basically living dolls going around pooping out other living dolls, which seems to bear a resemblance to zombies in a way. Within a year, her entire family, other than her younger sister Elena, had died of cancer, other than her parents, which were extremely close. However, there is a huge catch to the story. In a high number of places, there were under construction signs. Maya continued to notice this throughout the story and continued to wonder whether it had to do with the AR experience from the Pizzaplex. What we find out based on the context is that she is still in the AR experience a year after it had happened. Maya had been trapped inside a virtual experience of the real world. Now, while we know that these stories take place in the game universe, therefore we don't need to necessarily draw parallels, we can still collect events from the books which can help us explain where else it happens in the game timeline. And this story is a perfect example of that. There's something quite interesting about what Maya thinks when she's in the AR experience. She saw all the members of her choir and her classmates from school. Everyone was wearing party hats, and everyone looked like Maya's birthday was the happiest day of their lives. And no, this is not a loose connection. I know this because of what is said one page later. The card held a massive, 6-tiered birthday cake frosted in creamy icing and decorated with red candy roses, Maya's favorite flower. 16 huge candles flickered atop the cake. 16 candles? 6-tiered birthday cake? Now granted, these things are slightly different in Happiest Day. Instead of 16 candles on the cake, there are 16 balloons, and instead of a 6-tiered birthday cake, it's a 3-tiered birthday cake. Still, the scene seems to be communicating something extremely important to us. Now this is Maya's happiest day. She explains that she feels very happy after the experience, but also we need to remember that this is where everything starts going insane in Maya's world. Now looking over at Security Breach, there's one thing that connects to all of this. Princess Quest. Princess Quest in Security Breach, as the theory has been suggesting for quite a while, is Happiest Day. But guess what? That theory is trash thanks to this story. I have a better explanation for it. Now, some people have suggested that Happiest Day happens after the events of Security Breach, once the Blob has been defeated in an epic boss battle, likely what we see in the Ruin DLC, but now, I don't think so. I think it happens during the fire of FNAF 6, and here is why. Now, something that I have gotten wrong in one of my past theories was using agony and remnant as interchangeable terms, and I thought that if something continued to contain agony, it also contained the children's souls. This is not the case. When something doesn't have its soul possessing it anymore, the agony still remains. So I think that Happiest Day was happening while the fire was neutralizing the remnant of the children in FNAF 6, while the agony of Molten Freddy still remained and ended up becoming the Blob. This would mean that the original souls of Molten Freddy would be gone and they're freed. However, this leaves open one huge issue. Where is Cassidy? In the FNAF 6 fire, I can almost guarantee that Cassidy is not possessing Molten Freddy. She's most certainly possessing Golden Freddy and later tormenting William. This means that Cassidy has been released from Golden Freddy and Happiest Day, but is still possessing things, and her soul then goes on into the circuit boards and later into Princess Quest. So this means that even after the souls are freed in Happiest Day, they still aren't freed. I know that's confusing, but it means that Happiest Day didn't work for Cassidy. Now I know some hardcore FNAF fans are attacking me right now. Are you suggesting that Happiest Day was for Cassidy? Well, yes. And no. There is one line in the FNAF Survival Logbook that always bugged me. The party was for you. Why is this line here? It doesn't make sense if Cassidy is just telling this to Bite Victim for no reason. But now, I have an answer. Cassidy didn't accept Happiest Day because the party was not for her. Therefore, because she didn't accept it, her soul continued to remain tormenting William, possessing the circuit boards and later into Princess Quest. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering how this connects to Under Construction. Well, the answer I have is pretty simple. Why didn't Fazbear Entertainment open the AR machine if it was clearly functioning, as Maya experienced? Well, the answer isn't anything sinister as a FNAF twist or anything. It's simply because something in the machine was not ready for use. And this something in the machine killed Maya. And because Maya is now dead, she goes on to possess the AR machine, which is how she's able to experience a simulated world after death, because her soul is possessing it. So what if this is what happened to Cassidy? Now, there's one thing that I really wanted to get out into the FNAF world, but never was really able to because it never really had enough backing. But now, thanks to Security Breach, I want to suggest something really important that could explain why Cassidy is not possessing William anymore. In the final cutscene of Ultimate Custom Night, we get a FNAF 1 version of Golden Freddy twitching out into darkness. Now, people in the past, specifically MadPat and many people followed, wrote this off as Cassidy not willing to give up from tormenting William. However, instead, it's the complete opposite. This cutscene of Cassidy fading out into darkness is her taking Old Man Consequence's advice to give up, leave William dead for good, and now that his sentence has been served, you can rest. So indeed, Cassidy, while still being angry, gives up and leaves William behind. Therefore, she ends up possessing the circuit boards and later Princess Quest. This gives Afton the ability to come back and become the Afton amalgamation with the Blob and blah blah blah, all that jazz. So in conclusion, Maya possessing the AR machine once she dies is just how Cassidy is able to possess Princess Quest after she dies, and therefore means that, for now, they are both trapped, with no way to escape until someone, or something, comes along and saves them. Now, from this theory and writing this script, being one of my most important theories I have made in quite some time, completely debunks one of my older theories, my Why Glamrock Freddy is Cassidy video. I think that the only appearance we get from Cassidy in this game is indeed Princess Quest, and now I probably believe that Glamrock Freddy is Bite Victim, but that's a theory for another day. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. I thoroughly enjoyed reading this story and making this theory, and I think it's very flexible and possibly expanding your own theories on it. I hope all of you guys enjoyed my video, and as always, peace out.